of conference play. So Varence and Schreiber in the center circle. Izzy Santiago throws the ball in the air. The opening tap is, actually going to be won by Alderson Broaddus in the front court. They will have it, and the game's first possession. Sproul will have it out of the top. Will turn and give it off to the right-hand side for Grayson. Now Bo Cook will move it around to Schreiber out of the left. Schreiber on top to Sproul. Sproul moves it back left for Schreiber. Comes off a screen. Toes up the top of the key three that is no good. And Hassan Varence will grab the rebound. Now Michael Scott will push the ball up the floor into the left wing. Turns and hands it off to Varence. Now back to the right side for Ethan Haynes. Haynes dribbles to his left to the foul line. Backs it off for Simon. Low on the right baseline now for Hassan Varence. Backs his way into the paint. Turns with the left hand and scores. Hassan had a double-double, played 40 of the 45 minutes back on January 4th. He had 18 points, 10 rebounds against the Battlers, and he'll score today's first points of the game. Spurrell out on top will give it off to Walker. Back over to Spurrell between the circles. Now he'll come back off to his right, crosses over in the lane, puts it up off the window, and in a hanging shot from Bruce Spurrell. And it is 2-2 in the opening moments. 18:50 to play here in the first. Out on top, it'll be Michael Scott. He'll fire a left point three, and that is good. And a rare three for Michael Scott, who had not made a three-pointer in the last 5 games. And it's 5-2 now in favor of Ohio Dominican. Out on top, it'll be Bo Cook. Turns and gives it off to Walker. Walker now to Spurrell out the top of the key. Moves to his left, back to his right, and hands it back off now for Walker. Schreiber curls off a screen, catches, heads to the foul line, misses a jump shot, and hit off the back of the rim and rebounded by Michael Simon. Michael Scott down the right sideline for ODU. Crosses over into the lane, will scoop it with the left hand and scores. And Michael Scott, who had 17 points against the Battlers and was unstoppable in the overtime session, off to a 5-point start today as the Battlers will turn it over. Michael Scott will pick it up near midcourt, kicks it back over to Sam Hickey for 3 off the front side of the rim. Weak side rebound, Varence. His putback no good. Rebound is going to be out of bounds. Or no, I take that back. Saved in play by Alderson Broaddus, and the Battlers will come back the other direction. Spurrell will work at top of the key. Screen and roll down low, and laying it up and in is going to be John Grayson. So Grayson gets free, and it's 7-4 here in favor of the Panthers. Now out on top, ball's going to be taken away, and driving down the floor will be Spurrell, and he'll slam it home with a left hand, and that'll tie the game at 7. I beg your pardon, make it 7-6. Bad math there on my part. 7-6, 17-15 to play here in the opening half. Here on the left-hand side, Ethan Haynes now hits Michael Simon, and a blocking foul is going to go on Malik Bo Cook as he came sliding across the lane and bodied up against Simon. Are they going to call it on the floor? No, they'll say on the shot. So Michael Simon will go to the line here and shoot 2. 17-10 left in the opening half, but the Panthers are on top by 1. Simon will step up, and the free throw is up, and it is good. Michael had 8 points and a career-high 9 rebounds in the game on Thursday night at Malone. He played in 29 minutes. Today starting his 5th game of the season. Free throw is up, and it is good, and the Panthers are back in front by 3. Almost 3 minutes into our opening half, and the Panthers are on top 9-6. Here's Bruce Spurrell. He'll work top of the key left for Grayson. Caught it on the move, fumbles it down the lane, kicks it back out Bo Cook, who will knock down a 3. Malik Bo Cook, a 43% three-point shooter. His shot does not look like it should go in, but it does with great regularity, and it's 9-9, 16:43 to play here in the opening half. Here is Sam Hickey, hands to Simon, back to Hickey. Back to the left side now for Michael Scott. Low on the left, it goes to Varence. Turns, puts it up with the right hand and in. So Hassan Varence with 4, and the Panthers back in front by a score of 11-9. Now on the right side, Spurrell with the basketball. Now we'll move it off to the left-hand side for Walker. Back out on top for Bo Cook. He'll fire another 3. This one rim and glass. Offensive rebound, Spurrell. Back out Walker, a 3, and it is good. So K.J. Walker, who leads them now with 53s on the season, will give Alderson Broaddus its first lead of the game. Here is Hassan Varence turning it left now for Ethan Haynes. Haynes will give it to Simon, rolling down the left side of the lane. Bodies up against Bo Cook, turns, puts it up with the right hand and in for Michael Simon. 13-12, Panthers back in front, 15:45 to play here in the first half. Out of the left side of the floor, it'll be Grayson with the basketball. Grayson now we'll go down to the baseline, and we've got a kick, and we've got a timeout on the floor. 15:33 to play here in the opening half. Good start, both teams. It'll be Alderson Broaddus basketball as we get set to resume play. They'll have 20 on the shot clock. And they will inbound it to Bo Cook out on top. He'll fire a left point three that is off the rim and glass. Rebound will be grabbed by Sam Hickey. Panthers back the other way. It'll be Michael Scott. Works his way here to the left wing. Scott down to the corner. Now they lob it inside to Barretts, who was double teamed, and it was tipped out of bounds by Alderson Broaddus. So the ball will stay with the Panthers. There will be 20 on the shot clock. ODU by 1. Panthers have split their last 8 games, going 4-4, as Barretts will take the inbounds on the baseline. Backs in against Grayson, puts it up, no good. Rebound will be grabbed by Grayson. Boy, the size advantage there for Hassan. Had a great look, but it didn't go down. Now out on the left side with it, it'll be Sproul. Sproul will back up the dribble, hands it off now to Grayson. Back over to Walker. Walker comes off a screen, gives to Bo Cook. Now Malik will hand it off to Shriver. Shriver at the top of the key, gives it back off now for Grayson. Grayson will step inside the three-point line, fires and misses, and Sam Hickey will grab the rebound. Panthers back the other way, leading by 1. Out on top, it'll be Barretts, drives down the lane against Bo Cook, puts it up off the window, and a little short this time. Here come the Battlers back the other direction now. Sproul will give it off to Bo Cook, stops top of the key, spins and gives it off to Sproul. And now Bruce will back it up and start the offense. Pass to Bo Cook, out on top to Walker. Walker now here on the right side will go off to the right wing for Bo Cook. Malik now works his way to the right baseline. Step back shot over Barretts, hits the front of the rim, and on the weak side, Ethan Haynes will grab the rebound for the Panthers. 14-12 left first half. ODU leads 13-12. Michael Scott into the front court. Michael out between the circles with it, dribbles to his left, comes back off of the screen, down the right side of the lane, kicks it back on top to Simon, right inside to Barretts, turns into the paint, kicks to the corner for Michael Scott. He'll dribble into the paint, floats it up with the right hand. It was short. Rebound will be grabbed by AB. On the run comes KJ Walker. Back the other direction to Sproul. In front of the Panther bench will swish a three. So the triple by Bruce Sproul, and it'll put the Battlers on top 15-13. Here is Michael Scott on the left wing. Works his way to the foul line. Inside to Barretts. Caught it, turns and lays it in. Well, if AB is going to let Barretts get that deep, he'll score all day long. Game tied for the third time at 15. Here is Walker out of the right wing. KJ dribbles to his left off a screen to the foul line. Gives it back off to Sproul into the lane. And Ethan Haynes is going to get called for a foul. Only the second one whistled. And almost 7 minutes of play here early on. A couple of subs for ODU. Arius Jones, 6'4" sophomore out of Lansing, Michigan. Sean Marks, a 5'11" freshman from Delaware, Ohio. And Matt King, a 6'5" junior from Mason, Ohio, will all check into the game for the Panthers. Simon, Hickey, and Haynes will sit down. And now Alderson Broaddus is going to have Josh Bradford make a sub. 6'1" junior out of Houston, Texas, will come into the game now for KJ Walker. Panthers watching the Battlers inbound it on the baseline. And on top, Sproul will have it. Sproul will look left, hits Bradford coming off a screen, gives back to Sproul. Another three out of the right is no good. And Hassan Barretts will grab the rebound. Panthers tied with AB at 15. Sean Marks will take it all the way down the floor. Had a shot blocked by Bo Cook. And now back the other way comes AB. Long pass ahead for Shriver. Stops in the right wing. Banks one from 10 feet out that's no good. And Michael Scott will grab the rebound for ODU. 12:48 to play first half. Tie game. Michael Scott, right wing. Picks up the dribble, rolls it right side of the lane for Barretts. Hassan to the right baseline, and he got held by Grayson. They don't have anybody that can guard Hassan Barretts. So that's a mismatch problem all afternoon long, and that's why Hassan over his career in 5 games has averaged over 17 points and almost 14 rebounds against AB. They give it back to Barretts, backs his way in. Grayson fell down and is going to get called for a foul. So that'll be the second on 6'6" John Grayson. And this is going to have to get Dalen Solomon, a 6'5" sophomore out of Cleveland, up off of the bench.
Two shots.
Well, the officials thought there were shots, but there's not. So it'll be Michael Scott to inbound on the baseline here. Michael will hit the ball with his hand, lobs it out on top to Matt King. King out on top will give it off now to Barrett. Squares to the basket against Solomon. Backs his way to the baseline. Kicks to the corner for Jones. Arias on top now for Michael Scott. Back to Jones to Barrett's left wing. Backs his way in. 7 to shoot. Into the paint. Little jump hook. Hits the front of the rim and falls in. So 8 points for Hassan Barrett, who had 25 on Thursday. And the Panthers lead 17-15 with 12:10 to play in the first half. Sperrell on the left side, works at top of the key, hands to Bo Cook, right into a 3, hits off the front of the rim, offensive rebound, grabbed down low by Solomon, out on top to Bo Cook, moves it right for Bradford along the baseline, skips it to Sperrell, on top to Bo Cook, who lost the handle of it, and the Panthers will get it back on the takeaway. Here comes Arias Jones up the sideline to Michael Scott, top of the key, with the dribble crosses over foul line. Hands it off to his right to King, and now gives to Barrett. Now Hassan will give it back over down to Sean Marks. Spins his way into the paint. Will back it out. Now at the center circle, it'll be Michael Scott. Top of the key, dribbles to his right. Now into the corner for Arias Jones. Jones rolls it inside to Matt King. Backs his way in against Schreiber. Turns, puts it up off the right side of the rim. Rebound Bradford for the Battlers, who trail by 2. Coming back the other direction. Bradford out on top. Will move it off to the right to Bo Cook. Malik will walk it on top now for Solomon. Solomon back over to the right for Bradford. Bradford dribbles to his left, fires up a 3 from out of the right. It is up and is no good. It hit the shot clock over top of the backboard, out of bounds. And it'll be a timeout on the floor. 11:06 to play first. It'll be Ohio Dominican basketball as we resume. Panthers right now with a slight 9-8 advantage on the glass as well. 9 minutes played, first half, ODU ball. Michael Scott here on the left will dribble towards the foul line. Now we'll bounce it inside to Varents, turns, double team, gives it to Arias Jones along the baseline, skips it out to Marks out of the right. Sean back down right baseline for Jones, curls into the lane, floats it up with the right hand and in. So Arias Jones will score for the Panthers to make it 19-15 in favor of ODU with 10:35 to play here in the first half. Out between the circles, it'll be KJ Walker. Sophomore out of nearby Reynoldsburg will hand it off to Solomon. Solomon back off to Walker, dribbles to his left, out to Bo Cook. Left wing 3 over Matt King is good. Second 3 for Bo Cook, who is third in the conference in scoring and rebounding. And it's 19-18 ODU. Here is Arias Jones, right side. Dribbles to the foul line, hands it off to Varents. Quickly double teamed on the right, dribbles out into the wing to Michael Scott at the top of the key. To his left where he hands to Matt King, who picks it up at the left point. Lobs to Varents, low on the right. He'll back into a double team. Tried to give it off to Arias Jones. Ball tipped and stolen by Alderson Broaddus. Malik Bo Cook will hand it off to Walker. Walker up the floor to Schreiber. A 3 out on the right is no good. And Sean Marks will grab the rebound, and ODU will slow it down, leading 19-18. Down to 9:40 to play here in the first half. Big game today for both of these teams. ODU sitting at 7-9 and 7th right now in the GMAC point ratings rankings. Here's Matt King, dribbles to his right and hands to Michael Scott. Back over to Matt King. A 3 from out of the right is good. So Matt King, playing in his third game since coming off an injury, puts the Panthers on top 22-18 with 9:16 to play here in our first half. Out on top now, it'll be Walker. KJ dribbles to his right, hands to Schreiber. Schreiber to Bo Cook on the left side of the floor. Bo Cook picks it up after one dribble, turns and gives it back off now to Bradford. Bradford looks to penetrate, backs it off to Solomon, goes inside to Schreiber, back out on top to Solomon, hands to Walker. Walker now out of the left will fire, and that is good. A 3-pointer as the shot clock was ready to expire, and KJ Walker with a couple of threes in this first half, and it's 22-21 ODU. Here is Michael Scott. Hands it off now to Sean Marks. Marks in the left side will give it off to Matt King. Dribbles to his right in the wing. Down low on the right now to Hassan Varents. Backs his way into the paint. Double team. Dumps it to Arias Jones. Back out Michael Scott to the corner for Sean Marks. And 3 and no good. Rebound and a foul on ODU's Matt King. Great look by Sean Marks, but couldn't get it to go. And the ball will head back over to AB with 8:24 to play in the opening half. Hickey, Haynes, and Simon will all come back into the game for Ohio Dominican. Barons will get his first breather. Michael Scott will check out. And Matt King will also sit down for the Panthers, who lead it by one, 22-21 with 8:24 to play here in our first half at Alumni Hall on this Saturday. Panthers women, and AB will play at roughly 3 o'clock. Into the front court, it'll be Walker. Dribbles off to his right, picked up by Sean Marks. Walker now will spin down the lane, kicks to the wing. Bradford will left hand to three, and that is good. Well, Alderson Broaddus, 7th in the GMAC at 36% from three. They average just under 10 made threes per game. Now Marks will try a three of his own from out of the left. That's an air ball. Offensive rebound, Arias Jones kicks it to Haynes. Down the lane with a right hand. He missed it. Rebound will be grabbed by Schreiber. Here comes Bradford back the other way for AB, who leads by 2. Backs it off to Bo Cook. Spins it back over to Bradford. There goes another three. No good. Rebound by Haynes of ODU. Panthers down by 2. 7:35 to play first half. Arias Jones out of the right wing. Dribbles to his left, gives it off to Marks, hands it off now to Hickey. Sam down on the left-hand corner, out on top to Ethan Haynes, right for Arias Jones. Hands to Sean Marks in the wing, dribbles with a left hand into the paint, skids to a stop, kicks it out right wing. Arias Jones' three is long. Rebound will be grabbed by Walker. KJ back the other way for AB. Carries it inside of the paint, back out to Bo Cook. Again, didn't catch it cleanly, hands it back off to Walker. On top now for Bradford. 7:06 to play here in the half. Driving is Bradford, and he got fouled by Sean Marks. Out. No, I beg your pardon. They're going to call an illegal screen. I'm sorry. So an offensive foul on. So team fouls right now. AB with 4, ODU with 2. As we are down to 7 minutes to play here in our first half. Panthers ball down by a pair. Here is Sean Marks out on top. Moves it to Arias Jones in the right wing. Low on the right to Michael Simon. Backs his way in against Solomon. Into the paint. Puts it up with a left hand, and it falls off the rim. Panthers have had some tough shots not go in here in the last couple of moments. Shooting percentage now under 45%. Out left side with it, it'll be Spurrell. Spurrell will work his way to the foul line. Screen and roll to Solomon. Challenged by Haynes. Shot was missed. Saved from going out of bounds. And now AB's got the basketball again. Out of the left side with it. It'll be Spurrell with the ball. He'll work his way into the paint. Kicks it right now for Bradford. Down to the corner it goes. And a three by Walker hits the front of the rim again. Glanced off the shot clock. And it'll be ODU ball. Akram Ben Salah has checked into the game here for the Battlers. He did not play in the first meeting between these two teams. And he has played a lot here down the second half of the season. 13 games played by the freshman. And it'll be Panthers basketball. 24-22, they trail. 6:10 to play here in our opening half. Here is Michael Scott, top of the key, lob down low. Simon caught it, but too far underneath. Now will dribble up the lane, backs back in, and had it stripped away by Walker, off of Simon's leg and out of bounds. And the ball will head back over to Alderson Broaddus. Well, it doesn't matter if it's Barents or Simon. They've both got mismatches down low, and they're trying to take advantage of it. But right now trailing 24-22. Out on top, it'll be Solomon. Back right for Malik Bo Cook. Bo Cook will hand it off to Spurrell. Spurrell out of the right wing to the top of the key to the foul line. Backs it off Solomon, hands it off to Walker. Walker screen and roll down to the corner, though. He hooks a pass that's a three that is missed by Bradford. Bo Cook offensive rebound and puts it in for his 8th point of the first half. Bo Cook had 14 points, 6 rebounds in 27 minutes first meeting. 26-22, Battlers on top. Michael Simon, low right block against Bo Cook. They clear it out for him. Back out to Hickey, a deep right side three, hits off the rim. Rebound will be grabbed by Spurrell. Panthers have gone dead cold right now. Here on the right, it'll be Walker, top of the key, foul line. Right for Spurrell, in the lane, got to the glass, put it up and in. And it's now a 6-point Battler lead, 28-22. Panthers have gone almost 5 minutes since their last field goal. It was that Matt King jumper that put the Panthers on top, 22-18. It's a 10-0 run right now by AB. Here is Hassan Barents at the top of the key. Hands it off to Michael Scott, who bounced it off his shin. finally was able to keep the dribble and hands it off now to Sam Hickey. 7 on the shot clock. Scott, top of the key, down the lane, somehow got to the glass, flipped it up, no, but a tip in by Varens. But you can see Hassan coming down from the top of the key, managed to just tip it in. And that'll get the Panthers back on the board, stop that 10-0 run. And it's now a 28-24 AB lead. Bradford to the foul line. Spins and gives it back off. I beg your pardon, that was, or now Walker. And now Walker over to Bo Cook. And Bo Cook will hand it off to Spurrell. Now Bo Cook again down to the left-hand corner with it. And a shot up, it's no good. A rebound will be grabbed by the Panthers, who come the other way down by 4. Michael Scott on the left. Hands to Hickey, right into a 3. That is good. Well, he had the hot shooting touch back on Thursday night, did Hickey, and gets his first points of the day with that 3. And the Panthers are down by 1, 28-27. Here is Bo Cook out on the left. Malik gives it off now to Solomon. Solomon now passes right for Bradford, out beyond the three-point line. Top of the key now to Walker. Walker moves it right for Bradford. 10 to shoot, dribbles left, stops, hands to Bo Cook. 18-footer, right point, no good. Michael Simon, the rebound for ODU. Down by 1 with 3:15 to play first half. Michael Scott in the left to the foul line, lobs down low. Barrett's caught it and it rolled in. It hung on the back of the rim. It fell in. And 7 straight by ODU on a 7-0 run, 29-28. Here in the backcourt, KJ Walker will walk it into the front court for AB as we're down to 3 minutes to play until halftime. Out on the left, Bruce Spurl. Now comes back right here. It is Bradford. Bradford double teamed on a jump out here. They give it over to Bo Cook, who got down the lane but missed a short one. Barons reached over top of him and grabbed his 6th rebound. Michael Scott pushes it in the left side. Turns and gives to Hickey. Fakes a 3, dribbles down the lane to the rim and lays it in. 9 straight by ODU after the 10-0 run by Alderson Broaddus. And it's 31-28 Panthers. Out on top with it, it is Spurrell. Spurrell down the lane, kicks to the wing. Bradford catches and drives and scoops it up and under and missed it. And Michael Scott grabs the rebound. He'll take it up the floor to the top of the key. Fires a 3 off the back of the rim. Offensive rebound. Simon gives to Hickey, who calmly hands to Scott, who lobs down low to Barrett, who put it up and got fouled. Well, AB just fell asleep. When Michael Scott caught it out on top, Barents was doing jumping jacks down low, and Michael lobbed it to him. KJ Walker will pick up the foul, and Hassan Barents will go to the free throw line for ODU. Hassan, a 73% free throw shooter. First one is on the way, and it will roll in. Hassan, for his career, will go up over 1,700 points today. And it will be closing in on 3rd all time. He's going to need probably a couple of tournament games, though, to get there. Both free throws are good by Varents. And it's 33-28 ODU on top. They are now on an 11-0 run. 2:05 remaining until halftime. Here on the left, Bradford fires it near side for Walker. KJ dribbles to his left, off a screen, down the lane, kicks to the corner. Spurl a 3, front of the rim. Weak side rebound, Hassan Barents. 1:50 to play in the first half. Panthers with their largest lead of the day, 5 points. Michael Scott out on top. Now Michael Simon will come out and set a screen. Scott dribbles to the left, to the foul line. Inside to Varents. Varents turns to the right-handed baby hook that rattles around, kisses off the window, and goes in. And Hassan Barents now with 18 in this first half. Panthers by 7. Dribbling right is Bradford to the right baseline. Kicks it out to Bo Cook. Out here in the wing. Malik to his left. In the wing to Schreiber. A long 3 is an air ball. Hickey will grab the rebound. Panthers on a 13-0 run. Lead by 7 with 1:10 to play until halftime. And Michael Scott will walk it into the front court. Dribbles to his left, down the lane, lob to Varents is a little crowded, stolen by AB. Back the other way, it'll be Walker. Walker out of the left side with it. Cross-court pass to Spurrell. Spurrell out here in the right wing. Has it out. Now dribbles to his left. Top of the key foul line, down the lane, tough shot, scoops up and in. So Bruce Spurrell with a big first half. 35-30, stops the 13-0 run. And now the Panthers will have it. And Sam Hickey will come left for Ethan Haynes. 12 seconds difference between game and shot clock. Barents catches it low on the left, turns to the right hand, put it in. And Hassan Barents, now 8 for 11 from the field, has 19 first half points, and the Panthers lead 37-30. And it'll be Walker to bring the ball up the floor here for the Battlers. Walker will just walk it across the timeline. And it will appear they'll hold for the final shots. KJ out on top, starts it left to Spurrell. 7 seconds, down to the corner for Walker. Walker out of the wing with 3. Now we'll give it off to Spurrell. He'll just fire a long 3 that hits off the back of the rim. And that'll do it for our first half of action. Didn't get a lot of action, did AB, off of that. And to better their positioning in the GMAC standings. The postseason tournament will get underway with quarterfinal games on Tuesday, March 2nd. ODU will start the second half with the basketball. Sam Hickey with it out on the left. Will lob it down low to Hassan Barents, who tipped it in. He couldn't get the dunk portion of it, but he will get the tip in. And the Panthers now lead by a score of 39-30. Out on the right, it is Malik Bocook. Out on the right wing with it. Bocook out on top will turn and give it back over to Spurrell. Spurrell now will go down low and lay it in. Pretty move by Bruce Spurrell. And it is now 39-32 in favor of Ohio Dominican. Here is Sam Hickey on the right, dribbles top of the key, lets it fly off the rim. Rebound tip kept alive by Hassan, then tipped out of his hands. Hickey goes flying after it and will get fouled. 2 Battlers and Hickey were all going to meet at the same spot. And Bruce Spurrell picks up the foul for Alderson Broaddus. 19-12 to play here in the second half, and the Panthers lead by 7. There is Michael Scott out on the left-hand side, dribbles to the top of the key, to his left. Down low now for Hassan Barents. Barents on the baseline with it, double team, back out on top, Michael Scott, who will hit a 3. His second of the game, 23rd of the season, and the Panthers lead by 7, 45-32. Spurrell out on the right, dribbles top of the key to the foul line, down to the corner, a 3 by Walker rims out. Barents will grab the rebound, and the Panthers on the move back the other way. It'll be Michael Scott with it, steps up three-point line on the left, inside to Barents, back out Simon, again to Scott. Michael top of the key will go to the left now for Hickey, inside now to Barents. Barents on top to Ethan Haynes, down the lane, spins, over here to Michael Scott for another one, got another one! 3 threes for Michael Scott. The distributor in the first half, the flame-throwing threes here in the second half. And it's 45-32, Panthers on top now by 13. Dribbling left is Spurrell. Down the lane will lay it up and in with a left hand. As again, Bruce Spurrell able to get free. And 2 minutes into our second half, Panthers on top now by 11. Here is Scott dribbling down the lane, backs it off for Simon, hands to Barents. Hassan dribbles to his right and gives it off to Ethan Haynes, dribbles into the lane to the foul line, backs up the dribble, bounces it low on the right side for Barents. 10 to shoot. Hassan squares to the basket, spins into the lane, puts it up with the left hand. It will fall off the rim, but he got fouled. So 2 free throws coming for Hassan Barents as John Grayson will pick up his 3rd foul. 4th time in Michael Scott's career, he has made 3 threes in a game. Last time he did it this year was back on January 2nd at Cedarville. 20 points for Hassan Barents as he goes to the line. Free throw is up, and it is good. And Akron Ben Salah will check in, and sitting down will be John Grayson for Alderson Broaddus. 1 more free throw for Barents. 21 points, 9 rebounds, makes both free throws. And the Panthers back on top here by 13 at 47-34. 17 and a half minutes to play in our second half. Out on the left-hand side with it now, it'll be Schreiber. Schreiber will give it off into the right side for Akram Salah. Now top side it goes for Bocook. Dribbles left and stops. Right for Schreiber. Schreiber to the foul line, into the paint, passes back out Bocook for 3, and it's good. 11 points for Malik Bocook, and his 3rd 3 of the game. And the Panthers are on top 47-37. Michael Simon, top of the key, right now for Haynes. Haynes will just spot up and fire and swish a three. So the Panthers come out firing from the three-point line, giving them now 6 on the day. And it's 50-37 in favor of ODU. Right side, Walker with the basketball. Walker out on top to Schreiber. Pass a little behind him. Tips it back over to Walker. Now Bo Cook. Malik on the left side. Will pick it up, hands it off. Now at the top of the key, it'll be Bradford. Back over to his left. Backs it off for Bo Cook. A jumper out on the left is no good. Rebound tipped out of bounds by AB. It'll be ODU ball. Official blew his whistle like he thought it was immediate timeout, and it's not. 16:23 to play. Second half, Panthers lead by 13 points. Michael Scott will bring the ball up the floor here for ODU. Now over on the left-hand side, it'll be Haynes on top for Hickey. Sam goes low on the right for Varents. Got down low and put up a shot that's no good. And a rebound will be tipped out to Schreiber. AB back the other direction. Out here on the left-hand side, Spurrell to the foul line, kicks it back out. Salab for three, air ball short and out of bounds. And now we have our immediate timeout. 15:57 to play, second half. Good start to no substitutions for the Panthers during that most recent timeout. Michael Scott with a smile on his face will bring the ball up the floor here for ODU. Off to the left now for Ethan Haynes. Haynes in the wing, out on top now for Michael Simon. Simon back left for Sam Hickey. Hickey out of the left wing, dribbles to the left sideline, down the lane, he goes and lays it in. 7 points for Sam Hickey, who had 21 points when they beat AB back on January 4th. 52-37, biggest lead of the day, 15 points for ODU. Here is Walker handing it off to Schreiber out on the right. Schreiber now will come off a screen to the top of the key. Keeps the dribble. Now we'll hand it to Spurrell coming around a screen. Down to the corner it goes to Walker. Back out Spurrell. Will fire a three out of the left. It's no good. Akram Salah will grab the rebound and put it in, and he gets fouled. So Akram Ben Salah with a chance at a three-point play. Michael Simon will pick up his first foul. And it's 52-39. So Akram Ben Salah will go to the line here to try and complete the three-point play. He is 4 of 8 from the line this year. Misfires. Michael Scott will run down the rebound. 13-point ODU lead, 5 minutes into our second half. Michael Scott, top of the key, dribbles to his right, lob down low, and foul on Malik Bo Cook. That'll be the second foul on Bo Cook. Panthers will inbound. 14:54 to play. Now on the baseline, it'll be Michael Scott. Scott will trigger it out into the wing now for Varents. Hassan, couple of dribbles, backs his way in against Bo Cook, into the paint, turns to the baseline, stops, leans, put it up with the right hand and in. He's just too long. Bo Cook could body him up. There's no question about that. But the length of Hassan Varents is no match. Match for AB today. 54-39 in favor of the Panthers. Here is Walker handing it off on the right for Schreiber. Schreiber to the top of the key, moves it left now for KJ Walker. Left baseline, Bo Cook. Malik backs in, kicks it on top. Walker down the lane, back over Bo Cook. A wing three is good again. So Malik Bo Cook now with 4 threes on the day. And it'll be a 12-point lead now for ODU. Here is Michael Scott out on the left. Scott now will go down to the right-hand corner. This ball is going to be stolen away. Now dribbling up the floor is Spurrell, and he's going to get fouled by Michael Scott. And so free throws coming up now for Bruce Spurrell.
Michael Scott, his first, team second.
So Bruce Spurrell will go to the line.
Bruce Spurrell at the line, shooting 2.
Where on the day he has 15 points. Free throw is up and it is good. He is a 65% free throw shooter. 8th in the conference in steals. At 11 points, 4 assists in 32 minutes in the Panthers' overtime win against the Battlers back on January the 4th. And And there's a warning that's going to go on the AB bench. For what? I'm not sure. So the second free throw coming now by Spurrell. It is up and it rolls in. 54-44 in favor of Ohio Dominican. Now it'll be Michael Scott. Left side it goes to Sam Hickey. Down to the left baseline. Back out to Matt King. To Hickey. Lob low on the left to Varens. He'll get right to the basket, and he traveled. He got a little bit carried away. Panthers want a foul, saying that's what created the travel. But that is not the call. So it'll be AB ball. Out on top with it, it'll be Walker. Panthers lead by 10, 13.5 to play in our second half. Walker penetrates to the foul line. Hands it off now to Ben Salah. Back off now for Spurrell to Bo Cook out of the right. Lob down low. Schreiber caught it, turned and laid it in. And a 15-point Panthers lead has been trimmed down to 8. Out on top now it'll be Michael Scott. Hands it off now to Sam Hickey. Dribbles right, gives it back over to Matt King. King now will give it over to Hickey. A three out of the right is good. High arcing shot over the defender's hands. And Sam Hickey will knock down a three, and Coach Kelly Winter wants a quick timeout. 12:58 to play here in our second half. Way that the points, the teams will be qualifying and seeded this year in the tournament. So as of right now, ODU is 7. They would go to Hillsdale for a quarterfinal game on March 2nd. But still, things can change in the last 7 days of the season. We'll end next Saturday. Here's Bo Cook down to the left. Panthers lead by 11, 12:40 to play in the game. Spurrell on top for AB. Dribbles left, got by Hickey, rolled it up with the left hand. It fell over the other side of the rim. He somehow gets his own rebound. Now it's Bo Cook out of the left, kicks it down to the corner for Spurrell. He'll work his way into the paint, and Hickey fouled him on the drive. They will call the foul on the floor. So AB will be inbounding. 12:26 to play in the game. 57-46 in favor of ODU. The Panthers have made 7 of their first 9 shots this half. Lob will come out on top to Bo Cook. Malik will hand it off to Schreiber. Schreiber out of the right point will give it off now to Bradford. Walker, I beg your pardon. Dribbles left, gives it back off Bo Cook. Out of the left point. Bo Cook dribbles left, will lean in, now gives it back off to Walker. Walker will work his way into the paint, kicks it right. And now on top to Spurrell. A three hits the back of the rim. Sam Hickey grabs the rebound. ODU leads by 9. Hickey up the floor to Matt King. King backs it off now for Sam Hickey. Hickey out here in the right wing on top to Michael Scott. Turns it left now for Arius Jones. Jones out of the left wing with it, comes to the top of the key. Back left now for Scott, inside to Barrett. Draws a double team, back out Michael Scott. Dribbles to the baseline, keeps the bounce with 9 on the shot clock. Now Michael will try and dribble again along the baseline. He lost it out of bounds. So the Panthers with a turnover will give it back to AB. Timeout on the floor with 11. Panthers already with 3 turnovers here in the first 8+ minutes of our second half in today's game, and they've given it back to AB, who trail by 11. Out here on the left-hand side, it'll be Walker. KJ top of the key, moves it right for Spurrell, dribbles to the foul line. Back to Walker left wing, cross-court pass to Bo Cook. Malik now will back in here against Barrett, gets to the elbow, on top Spurrell. Crosses over, runs into his own player, backs up, dribbles right, kicks down to the corner. Schreiber, a three, is going to roll in. So David Schreiber, who hit a huge three against the Panthers late in regulation back on January the 4th, will make it 57-49 ODU. Here's Sam Hickey dribbling it off of an AB player's foot and out of bounds. Boy, that was dangerously close to another turnover. Ethan Haynes will get Matt King, who will check out of the lineup. We have played 9 minutes of our second half. Panthers have lost 3 straight. AB has lost 5 of their last 6. Michael Scott left side hands it off to Arius Jones. Arius on top now for Ethan Haynes. Haynes back left for Sam Hickey. There goes another three off the front side of the rim. Rebound grabbed by Arius Jones. Hickey then threads the needle with a pass to Hassan, who with one hand flushes it home. I don't know how that pass got there, and the Panthers lead by 10, 59-49, 10.5 minutes to go. Here on the right-hand side, it'll be Walker. Bo Cook out on top. His three, no good. And the rebound tipped out by Schreiber, but into the hands of Hassan Barrett. Now back the other direction. It'll be Michael Scott. Scott out on the left will lob down low. Barents will catch it, and from behind it'll be knocked out of bounds. And the ball will stay down here to our right. So the Panthers will be inbounding with 18 on the shot clock. 10-12 to play in the game. Jones goes inside to Hassan Barents, turns to the right hand, left it short as it darts off the front of the rim. Rebound coming the other direction for AB. It'll be Bradford out on the right, handing it off to Schreiber. Schreiber on top to Bo Cook. He'll move it left now with a pass to Spurrell. Spurrell double teamed out on top, lobs down low. Bo Cook turns down low. He bounces it to Bradford. Had it blocked from behind. Bradford gets it back underneath. Kicks it out here in the wing now to Walker. On top to Spurrell. Dribbles to his right. Now backs it up in the wing. Drives against Barrett. Scoops it with a left-handed in with 2 seconds left on the shot clock. And the Battlers, much like their namesake, not going away here. They now trail it again by 8, 59-51. Ethan Haynes on a move. Stops low on the left. Let 2 Battlers go by, and he lays it in for his 5th point of the game. And an easy 2 for ODU will make it 61-50 in favor of the Panthers. Here is Schreiber on the left. Gives it on top to Walker. Back right for Spurrell. Drives. He just lowered his shoulder, and that's a traveling violation. It'll go on Bruce Spurrell. Panthers were going to want to charge there, but they were not going to get it. It was a traveling violation instead. 9:05 to play here. And the ball will head back over to ODU. 61-51 with 9 minutes to go. Out here on the right-hand side, it'll be Arius Jones in the wing. On top it goes now to Ethan Haynes. Back over to Jones. Back to Haynes. Swings it left for Michael Scott. Scott now will get a screen from Barents. Dribbles to his right. Keeps the bounce going. Now we'll fire it into the wing for Jones. Arius jab step right. Drives left. Got to the glass and lays it in. That is the bread and butter of Arius Jones. His ability to get to the basket. And the Panthers again lead by 12. 63-51. Here is Bo Cook on the right. Panther bench all on their feet, cheering on their defense. Bradford drives along the baseline. And Sam Hickey had the arm on Bradford and will get called for the foul. 4th foul on ODU. 3 against AB. Panthers lead by 12 with 8:22 to play in the second half. The women's game between ODU and AB coming up at approximately 3 o'clock today. On the baseline, KJ Walker will give it to Spurrell in the corner. Spurrell out on top now to Walker. Walker. He'll back it up here against Michael Scott. Hands it off to Spurrell. Spurrell with 10 on the shot clock. Keeps the dribble, moves to his right, to the foul line, kicks right wing Schreiber. A 3 is good out on the wing for David Schreiber. Scoreless in the first half. Schreiber now has 8. He averages 13 last year against the Panthers. 63-54 in favor of ODU. Sam Hickey inside to Barents. It got tipped around. Hassan gathers it back. They're still trying to take it away. He finally gathered it and laid it in. And not an easy 2 for Hassan Barents, who now has 28 points on the day. And it is 65-54 in favor of ODU. Dribbling left now, Spurrell. Out on the wing, now dribbles to the paint, kicks to the corner. Now it's Bradford out on the right wing. Bradford will have the dribble to the foul line, down the lane. Tough shot. Ooh, no good. He got bailed out on a foul that is going to go on Ethan Haynes. 7:22. Bradford will step up. Free throw will bounce off the rim. No good. Bradford, a 64% free throw shooter. 3 points on the day. Left-hander out of Houston, Texas. Free throw will rattle in. So he gets the second one to give him 4. Panthers lead by 10 with 7:18 to play. Michael Scott into the front court with a basketball. Has it between the circles, dribbles to his left. Hands it off now for Ethan Haynes. Haynes will give it off to Sam Hickey. Right side it goes for Arius Jones. Jones will dribble all the way to the baseline. Back out now for Barents. Hassan hands it off to Hickey. Sam screen and roll. Gives to Barents. 2-hand slam. And gets fouled. What a pretty play. Arius Jones with an assist there on the Hassan Barron slam. And we'll go to the line to try and make it a three-point play. David Schreiber picks up the foul. 30 points now today for Hassan Barons. Free throw up and rolls off the rim. And the rebound is grabbed by AB. 12 points, ODU lead. Out of the right-hand side, Spurrell lost the handle, but it'll be grabbed by Bradford. Bradford now will clear people out, dribbles to his left, dribbles down towards the baseline, got to the glass and laid it in. So Josh Bradford now with 6. And the Panthers lead 67-57, under 6.5 minutes to go in the game. Michael Scott out at the top of the key, dribbles to his right to Hickey. Fakes on a 3, gives it back out now for Jones. Arias back over here into the wing. Down to the baseline. Hickey into the paint. Puts up a shot. No good. Rebounded out of the air by Barrett, who turned and put it in. 32 for Hassan Barrett. 69-57 in favor of ODU. Out on top. It is Schreiber, left wing. 3 on the way, and that is good by Schreiber. That's his third of those here in this second half. 69-60. Michael Scott on the left will give it off now to Hickey. Sam dribbles down to the corner, gets free to the glass, lays it in and got fouled. I'm not so sure Sam wasn't thinking dunk, but the defender got there and disrupted that. That was Bradford who commits the foul. And Sam Hickey will have a chance at a three-point play of his own. Free throw by the senior from Toledo is good. 72-60 in favor of Ohio Dominican with 5.5 minutes to go. Spurrell into the front court with it. With the left-hand dribble. Now we'll turn and hand it off to Bradford out here on the left. Now to Malik Bocook. Bocook, top of the key, will hit Walker right down the lane, unguarded, and lays it in. 8 for KJ Walker. 72-62. Arias Jones to the foul line. Back out left wing and a whistle. And we're going to get a blocking foul here on AB. And that's going to be on David Schreiber, his second. That'll be 6 fouls now on Alderson Broaddus. 5:09 to play in the game. Panthers lead by 10. Trying to snap a 3-game losing streak as that inbounds was tipped and stolen by KJ Walker, who takes it all the way down the floor, flips it to Bradford, who dribbles underneath, hangs and shoots and misses, got his own miss, turned and got his shot blocked by Hickey, and a foul. So that'll be the third on Sam Hickey, and Josh Bradford will go to the line and shoot 2.
They're playing harder than us. They are playing harder than us.
So to the line, Bradford. Had 3 points, 4 rebounds in their loss earlier this week to Salem. And that free throw is missed. Free throw is up, and it is good. 72-63. Under 5 minutes to go. Panthers lead by 9. Barrett will hand it off now to Sam Hickey. Hickey will come off of a screen to the top of the key. Back to his left now for Haynes. Hands it off to Michael Scott. Scott will back up the dribble. Now off to the left-hand side. Gives to Jones. Over here to Hickey. Catches, fires, and hits the back of the rim with a 3. Michael Scott will race out to the top of the key and grab the rebound. Now Hickey down to the corner for Ethan Haynes. Was wide open. Passed up the 3, and the Panthers will run some time. 4:28 to play in the game. Sam Hickey with 9 on the shot clock. He will dribble to his left, to the top of the key to the foul line. Comes off for Haynes. 3 out of the wing is off the front of the rim. Rebound grabbed by Arias Jones, and another possession for the Panthers, who again will back it up and hand it off to Scott, and they'll run some time. 72-63. Michael Scott Out on top, had the ball poked away, but it rolled right to Sam Hickey. 5 to shoot. Michael Scott down the lane, puts up a 15-footer that hits the rim and glass. Rebound tipped around, and this time AB's got it. Back the other way, it'll be Spurrell. Up the right sideline with it. Spurrell out of the right wing with 3:45 to play. Bounces it inside, but it went right off the back of Hassan Behrens and grabbed by Ethan Haynes. And so a turnover against the Battlers. That just their 5th turnover of the game. Here's Arias Jones out on top. 3.5 minutes to go. Panthers by 9. Arias will have it out between the circles. Dribbles to his left. Turns and gives it back off to Barrett. Down the lane, up off the glass. It fell off the rim. And a foul, I think, on Bo Cook on the shot, and it is. A late whistle against Malik Bo Cook. Timeout. So the senior will step up here, line to the right. 3:19 to play. Panthers lead 72-63. Free throw is up, and it rolls around the rim and is no good. Missed a couple of free throws today. They're usually a pretty good shooter at 73%. This to tie his career high. Free throw is no good. He missed them both. And AB still down by just 9. Well, we learned earlier this year, no lead is safe. Panthers blew a 16-point lead late against Tiffin a couple of weeks back. Out on top here it is Spurrell. Panthers back in zone. Spurrell high post to Bo Cook. Right for Bradford into a 3. Hits the back of the rim. Rebound grab by Sam Hickey. And the Panthers will control it and bring it up the floor here, leading 72-63. It'll be Michael Scott. Dishing off to his left. Keeps the dribble going. Lost it as he tried to go off into the corner, and it was grabbed by AB. And Spurrell will bring it back the other way. 2:35 remaining. Spurrell out of the left wing. Dribbles to the top of the key. Down the lane. Over Behrens. And Hassan has to foul him. And he picks up his first foul of the game. So that'll stop the clock. And Bruce Spurrell, a senior out of Maryland, who they've had a difficult time preventing from getting to the rack at times today, will head to the free throw line here. So Spurrell to the line. 19 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists for him today. And the first free throw is good. Michael Simon will get Arias Jones in the lineup here for ODU. Panthers still continuing to shoot well, nearly 55% today. They've hit 7 of 16 from 3. Second free throw is also good by Spurrell. So it's a 7-point game with 2:27 to go. Panthers haven't iced this thing yet. In the front court, Michael Scott with it. Out of the left front court, man-to-man by AB. Dribbling right, Michael Scott to the foul line. Hands it off to Sam Hickey. He will turn down the lane. Got it up on the window, and it fell in. Strong move by Sam Hickey, who now has 15. And the Panthers lead 74-65. Out here on the left-hand side, it is Walker. Bradford, now Spurrell back to Walker here on the left. Out on top, Spurrell to Bo Cook, right for Bradford. Fakes, now drives, and got to the rack and laid it in. And it's back down to 7. 1:44 to play here in the second half. Panthers by 7. Michael Scott out on the left. Michael now will back up the dribble. Mike Simon out near the top of the key to set a screen. Now he'll walk away. Hassan will come out and set that screen. Michael Scott will dribble off to the right-hand side. Picks it up, goes inside to Simon. Again, Shriver turns, got fouled. He got mugged by David Shriver, who picks up his third foul. And Michael Simon will go to the line and shoot 2. Simon, who had 13 points, including that big 3 that forced overtime at AB on January 4th, will go to the line here. 4 points on the day for Simon, to go along with 4 rebounds and 2 assists. Free throw is up and falls in. So 5 points now for Simon. 75-67 ODU. Senior playing in his next to last home game as a fifth-year player. Free throw is up and good. 6 for Simon. Arias Jones will replace Simon in the lineup. And ODU again leads by 9 with 1:21 to play in the game. It'll be Bruce Spurrell to walk the ball into the front court here for the Battlers. Out on the right-hand side with it. Dribbles towards the top of the key. Now off to his left. Hands the pass off now to Walker. Back out on top. It comes to Spurrell. He'll step right and fire a three that is short, and Ethan Haynes will grab a big rebound for ODU. Panthers with a decisive 36-24 advantage on the glass today. 9-point lead with less than a minute to go. Michael Scott out on top at the center circle. He will be challenged and double-teamed. Fires it over to Sam Hickey, who will drive. Pass out here to the wing will be tipped out of bounds right into our Dominican sisters who are enjoying the game tonight. And the Panthers will have 9 on the shot clock when they go to inbound. 40.9 seconds to go. Arius Jones in front of the ODU bench. Will look to trigger. Will do so out here to Michael Scott. Scott weaves his way to the top of the key. Goes inside to Varence. Turns and lays it in. Hassan Varence with the field goal to give him a career-high 34. And the assist for Michael Scott is a new single-season record. His 157th assist on the season. And a couple of milestones on the same play for ODU. And now an 11-point lead with 30 seconds to go. Schreiber inside turns and puts it up. It's no good. Rebounded by Hassan Varence, and the Panthers will be able to dribble this one out. A hard-fought win controlled by ODU here in the second half. It'll stop a 3-game losing streak. And the Panthers hopefully securing a spot into the postseason tournament. Hugs and handshakes have already begun. As time will expire, the game is over. Final score, Ohio Dominican 78 and Alderson Broaddus 67. The Panthers go to 12-4.